The girl God saw. The story of Hagar. In the early mornings of Abraham's household, before the servants stirred, and before Sarah's voice echoed across the tents, there was a girl who always woke first. Her name was Hagar. She was young, Egyptian, far from her mother's arms and the land where she learned to walk. She had been brought into Abraham's house not by choice, but by the hands of fate and power. She belonged to another woman's story, yet God was writing her own. Each morning she knelt by the water jars, her fingers numb from the cold, her heart heavy with a loneliness no one saw. Sarah was the mistress, Abraham was the master, and Hagar was invisible until everything changed. Years passed and Sarah remained barren. The promise of God to Abraham, descendants as countless as the stars hung in the air like a dream that refused to touch the earth. One evening, Sarah called Hagar. "Go into my husband," she said, not unkindly, but not lovingly either. "Perhaps I shall obtain children by you." Hagar's breath caught in her throat. She was a servant. She could not refuse. That night, her life shifted. Weeks later, she felt life stirring inside her, a heartbeat that was not her own. And for the first time in her life, Hagar mattered. But that matteredness turned into fire. Sarah saw the way Hagar walked now slower, careful, protective of her womb, and jealousy burned like poison. Harsh words followed, sharp glances, then cruelty. Hagar's heart broke inside her chest. One morning, after another wound too deep to carry, Hagar ran. She ran into the wilderness of Shur, the sun merciless, the sand swallowing her footprints, the world silent except for her sobs. Her throat burned, her legs shook, her soul felt shattered. Pregnant, alone, afraid, she collapsed beside a spring of water and whispered into the emptiness, "I have no one." But heaven heard her. An angel of the Lord appeared, his voice gentle as the breeze. "Hagar, servant of Sarai, where have you come from, and where are you going?" Her tears fell like rain. "I am fleeing from my mistress." The angel looked at her, truly looked, and said words that changed human history. "The Lord has heard your affliction." Not Abraham, not Sarah, the Lord. He spoke a future over her son, strong, untamable, free. And Hagar, the girl no one saw, whispered something that had never been spoken before. "You are the God who sees me, El ROI, the God who sees." She returned. She endured. She gave birth to Ishmael, God hears. Years later, Isaac was born. Laughter filled the tents. Celebration covered old wounds. But peace did not stay long. Sarah saw Ishmael playing with Isaac, and fear rose. She turned to Abraham. "Send this servant away. Her son will not share my son's inheritance." Abraham's heart cracked. The next morning, he placed bread and water in Hagar's trembling hands. No long speech, no protection, no farewell. She walked into the wilderness again, this time with a child clinging to her side. The water ran out. The sun was cruel. Ishmael's steps faltered. When he collapsed, Hagar could not watch him die. She laid him beneath a bush, then walked away until his cries were barely a sound. She covered her face and wept. "I cannot watch my child die." Then from heaven a voice, "Hagar, What is the matter? Do not be afraid. God has heard the boy's voice. Her eyes opened, and there, where despair had blinded her, was a well of water. She ran, she drank, she lifted her son, she lived, and God was with the boy as he grew. Hagar lived long. Ishmael became strong. A nation rose from her suffering, and the story of Hagar still whispers to every wounded heart. When people cast you out, when the world forgets your name, when your tears soak the desert sand, God sees, God hears, God rescues, because sometimes the greatest faith is born not in palaces, but in the wilderness, in the arms of a broken mother, under the open sky of a God who never looks away. What did you learn from the story of Hagar? Tell us in the comment section.